Okay, guys, chapter 3. And after this, Job opened his mouth and cursed his day. And Job spake unto and said, Let the day perish when I was born. Let the night perish. Well, this is a really long prayer. So listen. Chapter 3 of Job, you can read it. He prays a really long prayer. Okay, from chapter 3, verse 1 to all the way through to 26. It's an entire prayer. Okay. So let's just go ahead and skip to chapter 4. He basically talks about, should he not have to been with the princes? Why didn't God send him with them? And if he wanted him to be a heathen and all that stuff, and okay, so now this is getting back into where we were from chapter 2. Chapter 4 kind of continues on that story. Okay, but it's a good prayer to read. Make sure you guys read chapter 3 yourselves. Then Eliphaz the Temanite answered and said, If we essayed to commune with thee, wilt thou be grieved? But who can withhold himself from speaking? Behold, thou hast instructed many, and thou hast strengthened the weak hands. Thy words have upholden him that was falling, and thou hast strengthened the feeble knees. But now it is come upon thee, and thou faintest. It toucheth thee, and thou art troubled. Is it not this thy fear, thy confidence, thy hope, and the uprightness of thy ways? Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off? Even I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same. By the blast of God they perish, and by the breath of his nostrils they are consumed. These are the people that he was talking about in this prayer here that I guys want you to read. Okay? Alright, now, here's another African reference right here in Job. Okay? The roaring lion, and the voice of the fierce lion, and the teeth of the young lions are broken. The old lion perished for lack of prey. Okay, these are talking about lions in Africa. Like an old lion may have two male lions come up in on it and, take over the herd. You guys have watched Animal Planet. I'm sure you know all about lions and where they are located. The truth's the truth. Okay. For the old lion perished for lack of prey, and the stout lion's whelps are scattered abroad. Okay. So that means that when they come in, if they don't kill them all, they're scattered, because the new line is taking over. Now, a thing secretly brought to me, and mine ear received a little thereof in thoughts from the visions of the night, when the deep sleep falleth on men. Okay, it's talking about Job having visions, guys. Fear came upon me, and trembling, which made all my bones shake. That's God, okay? It's God right there, making his bones shake. Then a spirit passed before my face. The hair of my flesh stood up. The hair of his flesh all over, stood up. I guess that would mean his hair too stood up. That is the hair of his flesh. Imagine that happening to you. You could do nothing but put your face on the floor before Yahweh and couldn't even look. I couldn't look. Enoch couldn't look. So, but anyway, here we go. It stood still, but I could not discern the form thereof. An image was before mine eyes, and there was silence. And I heard a voice saying, Shall mortal man be more than just God? Shall a man be more pure than his Maker? Behold, he put no trust in his servants, and his angels he charged with folly. How much less in them that dwell in houses of clay, whose foundations are in the dust, which are crushed before the moth. They are destroyed from the morning to evening, they perish forever without any regard in it. Doth not their excellence... Excuse me, guys, I've been up a while. I've been up all night, couldn't sleep. Excellency, which is in them, go away. They die, even without wisdom. Okay, chapter 5. And we're stopping at verse 19. Call now, if there be any that will answer thee, and which of the saints wilt thou turn? For wrath killeth the foolish man, and enslaveth the silly one. I have seen the foolish taking root, but suddenly I cursed his habitation. His children are far from safety, they are crushed in the gate. Neither is there any to deliver them, whose harvest the hungry eateth up, and taketh it out of the thorns, and the robber swalloweth up their substance. Although affliction cometh not forth of the dust, neither doth trouble thou spring out of the ground. Yet a man is born unto trouble, as the sparks fly upward. I would seek unto God, and unto God would I commit my cause, which doth great things and unsearchable marvelous things without number, who giveth rain upon the earth, and sendeth waters upon the field, to set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exalted to safety. Mourn, and you will be exalted to safety. He disappointeth the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise or their business, like blacksmithing and stuff like that, anything that was going on in that day. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and counsel of the forward is carried headlong. So the wise, the people who seek the knowledge, okay, that's in this book, those are the wise, okay? The wise. And what does it say about the wise? Let's go back and look. Which verse was that? Okay, 13. And the counsel forward is carried headlong. Okay, what that means is that as long as you continue on that path, okay, God's not going to refuse you, okay? No matter what you're going through, guys. And I know there's a lot of people out here who's got sores and lesions on them, and I'm going to make this quick. The reason I was in a hospital in part 2, I was in a girl's room, a friend of mine, and I had been seeing her over there, checking on her and stuff, taking her food and all that stuff, but she's been in the hospital for I think 6 days now, maybe 7. We'll say 5 to 7, because not exactly sure, but it's somewhere in between there. So, there's 2 chapters. We're almost done with chapter 5. They met with the darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night. But he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. The poor listen, the poor is God's folks, okay, guys? If you are poor, you are God's folks. Right here. Listen, I'm poor as dirt. I ain't asking for no money. I put it in the hands of God. But not saying that, if God tells you to subscribe or, send me some money or something, if He lays it on your heart, then do it, But I don't want it unless He lays it on your heart. No way that I would take it unless He laid it on your heart. So, okay. So the poor hath hope, and iniquity stoppeth her mouth. The poor hath hope, guys. The poor are the saints, okay? It doesn't matter what you give. Just like the lady who gave 3 pence. She gave more than everybody because that was all she had. So if all you had 3 pennies in your pocket, that's more to the Lord than, someone tithing 10% after it's church, guys. Okay? And that's okay. Don't feel ashamed of it. Because the Lord tells you not to feel ashamed of it, guys. Okay? Behold, happy is the man whom God correcteth. Therefore despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. See, He will allow Satan to permit things to happen to you, guys. But you're only human.